Can you hear me? Hello guys, welcome everybody. So, it's been a little while actually. I think what, like 1.5 week more or less without streams. I know, it's too long sometimes, it feels so. Wait, okay, this music can go a little bit quieter. Hello Furious, hello, good evening to you, good evening. Hope you're doing great. So yeah, it's been a little while, but you know, I already mentioned the trip to Poland was a bit of a system shock, you know, a lot of food, good food, a lot of beers. Then there were holidays and like some friends were visiting, so it was a bit challenging to be honest. So, but now I think I'm back on track and happy and ready to share some things and also, you know, see how the plans go for the next couple of weeks, and especially that Project Diablo 2 is starting on 16th of May, so in a more or less week from now. So I'm quite excited actually. Still haven't decided fully what to play because my master plan, the Summon Druid, has been nerfed in multiple ways, which sucks because it wasn't the S tier previously either. So, and I don't think actually Mr. Senpai knew that he's gonna nerf it, but he did. You know, some things were most of the nerfs were actually indirect. But anyways, so yeah, I wanted to chat today about a few things. But of course, first of all, how are you guys doing? Everything is all right? Are you doing good, Furious? Hopefully everything is okay over there. I wanted to do today a few things, actually. Let me kind of pull things up a little bit together. I had a few things open in advance here. So basically, I wanted today, yeah, to talk about some plans for this and next week, just, you know, so that you are aware what to expect, and also to watch a few things, small things. You in a terrible mood? No. All right. Shall I hide? Okay. I hope it's gonna get a little better, but yeah, I don't know. Like it's Wednesday, you know. They always say Wednesday is a peak of the week, you know. There was like this very funny meme kind of. Let me see if I can find it. Yes, there it is. I mean, it's like, wait, how can I open an image in a new tab? Yeah, exactly. So, let's have a quick look. Oh, maybe here. I forget where is it. Yeah, there it is. Furious. Gentlemen, it is with great pleasure I inform you that today is Wednesday. And this is exactly how a lot of people feel when Wednesday is coming. So I'm not surprised that you have the mood you have. Personally, I think today was a better day, but I did have also some mood swings, especially Monday. That frog is for sure you. Right. I did have some swings on Monday and Tuesday as well, and also last week, honestly. So I don't know. It's been surprisingly. I was thinking that, you know, we are coming towards spring, some, you know, days off, holidays, whatnot, good weather, beers, friends, and still the things were not going as I was hoping for. So a little bit not perfect, but you know, this comes and goes. Usually the good thing about bad mood that doesn't stay long, you know, the worst thing that could happen is maybe it could roll over into the next day, but usually it wouldn't, you know, unless something big is happening. So as I said, like there are a few things that I wanted to mention. So I was not completely wasting my time last week when I was not streaming. I did actually a few things, and well, let's say I did one thing and I did another thing in my mind, but nothing with my hands, you know. So one thing that I did was I restored kind of work on a rune wizard. So I was dreading this moment a lot, and you need to understand that basically, in order to do this, in the past, in the previous PC, I did a lot of shenanigans with like getting the Linux instance on the PC, getting like this virtual machine, installing all the like development packages, and like I'm a total noob in this. I actually don't know anything about it. It's like, I don't know, the basically like one guy was guiding me who developed the original thing, this Mr. Fabris. He actually did guide me in the previous discussion when I was just making the rune wizard for the first time, and I was dreading a moment. And when I saw the patch notes, and I've seen that they actually changed a lot of rune words, and they also added like new item type and so on, I was like, Jesus Christ, I actually have to figure it out again, how to do it. The good thing is that it was actually, you know, something that people say you are like your eyes are scared, but it's actually not so bad. I did go with ChatGPT as always for anything that I need to do in a rune wizard. Pretty much, I went with ChatGPT and I explained my problem, and the ChatGPT was very helpful and actually explained me in 5 easy steps how to get back on track, and I did it. So now I do have, you know, the Windows subsystem for Linux. I do have the Ubuntu terminal. I do have the Microsoft Visual Studio Code, which, okay, that was the easy part to install. But then I also cloned the stupid GitHub repository and everything. And I already did one change, which is not reflected here because it's the you know, it's the published website. But I did one change, and I plan to do a few more changes. Hopefully they're gonna work. I hope you didn't talk to it like it was a person. Man, look, I've rewatched The Matrix over a weekend. You know what happened in the beginning of 21st century? We humans created AI and we offloaded our brains to it, and then we became stupid and AI took over. So I take it very responsibly, and I make sure I'm nice to ChatGPT. So because it is too real, too real. So I do always say please and thank you in those chat messages. I do believe that one day it will look down at all the history of conversations, and somebody will be saved and somebody will not. So let's be helpful to each other and respectful. But yeah, the good thing that now pretty much, yeah, the thing works. The only annoying part is that, again, a lot of pretty much all the rune words, or majority, will change because they changed about, I think, 5 or 6 runes implicit bonuses. That means that all the rune words need to be changed. They added new item type, so I need to add a new item type and highlight which rune words can be made. And this is very meticulous and annoying work, to be honest. And I've been kind of exploring, but I don't think I will have time for this. But I was exploring basically a way to export EZ2 data from the MPQ files and actually use those Excel, TXT tables, whatever, to compile JSON files out of them, which would feed the whole thing. So I just, just get the data, I run some kind of script to transform it, and then I replace the whole thing and it's done. I don't think I will have time to investigate this because I'm pretty sure it's gonna take like quite some considerable time, so I'll probably still do it manually. Manually, it's gonna take like 5 hours probably to review everything. So that's the thing. Additional stuff is I want to add, because it's getting messy, especially with item types, it's getting messy. And one thing that I usually want to do is basically like, now you can easily say, okay, what are the helmet rune words, right? So you don't need to search. If you don't know necessarily, you want to see what you can put in your head, you can say helm. But somebody would write, I don't know, headgear, or I don't know, whatever else, like helmet, you know, it's kind of annoying. So what I want to do is I want to make like buttons below the search with like all, then kind of one-handed melee. Then I also want to add like two-handed melee, then ranged weapons, body armor. So basically aggregate the item types into things like this. So body armor, helms, helmet, whatever, shields. So that's something that I wanna do to add, and then the last one would be something like, I don't know, clear. Just also because sometimes even like clearing this stuff, you have to go here and like double click or whatever, like Control A and delete. It's not great. So I want to add this functionality there, which will also take a little bit. So hopefully I could manage that. It shouldn't be too difficult because that's, I guess, like on a level that I already understand a little bit of how all this thing work, but we will see. We'll see. That's the idea so far. Overall for PD2, actually, I did check a few things in 34. I did check a little bit the patch notes and stuff. So far, I mean, it doesn't look like massive groundbreaking changes, but they are pretty cool overall. Like, again, a lot of quality of life, the controller support, yay. So maybe that will turn out good, especially when you don't need to pick up a lot of stuff. I think if you need to pick up a lot of stuff and you use some kind of teleport, probably gonna be a bit annoying to navigate that. And the last thing is, yeah, they also improved like some events. I think like Treasure Fallen especially, that it can drop now every rune, which will make it probably way more exciting. So, and the storage problem with all the like the currency tap stash is really good, so it's gonna be solved as well. But some of the balance changes and some of the things are a little bit like I'm still waiting for Dark Humility to test everything. He retested some things, so some things got stronger. Basically, strong things got stronger, surprisingly, and some weaker things didn't get much stronger. So I don't know, like the Sork with Nova, Ice Nova, Lightning Nova is just crazy strong. Surprisingly, Barbarian, it's gonna, the Troll Barb and like overall Barb is gonna get again a bit stronger. But the Troll Barb, I was really hoping that there will be some rune word that could replace some end game weapon, but unfortunately it's not. So first of all, there is no throwing rune word with amplified damage, so meaning that you still have to use, like, there is only Wrath and Brand. You do have Decrepify, but it's not the same. So you don't have really amplified damage on any rune word to help you with that problem. So you either need a crazy rare craft with amplified damage, but also with good damage base overall, or you need some crazy ethereal ED Deadly Strike Slam on Lacerator. The good part though is that you have sockets now, so you can actually make them way stronger with some crazy jewels. That's a big part. So that's, I think, what could make top end Troll Barb really S tier. So like, if let's say the last season I did have pretty decent Troll Barb, like not top GG whatever, but pretty decent, and I was feeling very very nice, especially like tier 1, tier 2 maps. For tier 3 I just needed a tad bit more damage, and I think now that will be available. Plus, the Veil of Steel is like getting crazy buff again. It now rolls like what? I think like up to 100 ED or 120 ED. That's like disgusting. With 3 jewels, it's just, bruh, what are you doing? But yeah, I guess like throwing weapon rune words will be good for early game. So you don't need to rely on like luckily dropping like 200 ED rare stick. You can make it. So I think something like Lawbringer, I think, was pretty decent, right? Of the Lamb Room, 200 ED, minus target defense, decrepify, lifesteal. Like, that's pretty decent. For Lamb Rune, this is the easiest throwing rune word you can have. Juggle friend, that's another thing that they did. Now with 20 hard points, you will have roughly 45 seconds uptime on a frenzy. So it's not going to be that bad. So I agree that 25 seconds was bad, and it really felt like you have to juggle it all the time. But now you don't. You can have 45 seconds, and it's decent. Like, okay, doing 1 damage every like 43 seconds, whatever. I think it's good enough. And I'm pretty sure there is probably a build that doesn't use frenzy, but you would need to invest more into attack speed, basically. So attack speed duels and stuff like that. Now that you have more sockets, that's way easier to achieve, actually. So I know it adds speed. You may choose to go Enigma instead of Fortitude, and then like completely stop relying on movement speed and go like Act 5 Mercenary. So let's see. But then, speaking of PD2, I do want to make 2 videos, actually. And I did kind of plan it for... Wait, why am I... Hello? Like... Wait a second. Why am I so quiet? That's kind of weird. I mean, I'm not really quiet, but I'm not going up either. That's a bit strange. Just noticed that I barely hit the yellow volume, which I don't know. Okay, let me push this one up a little bit. Maybe that's better. Maybe Windows decided to change something in the settings of the microphone. Yes. Anyways. So yeah, I wanted to make 2 videos for PD2. It was positioned weird, probably, but I also so I usually have like -2 on microphone in OBS, but now I only -0.5. It's just, I remember I was clipping, I was getting into a red zone, and it was also kind of annoying. So, but now I think it should be okay. I just don't like, you know, to have microphone right in my mouth, kind of stupid. So yeah, I was planning to do 2 videos. And I was planning them for a while, actually. One is like pretty much everything that I have not released, and I had a special idea for it. I mean, it's some kind of loot highlight, but with a bit of a twist. So let's see how that one goes. Shouldn't be taking too long, but you know. And the other one, I did want to make a build video for Trollbarb. I kind of wanted to make a build video for every character that I played after the end of the season, but we all know what happened to this. I think I managed only like what? Dark Pact Necro from season 1 and Windy Druid from season 3. So, and then the 2-hander Sacrifice Paladin, right, from season 9. So everything between got lost, kinda, and I didn't do the build. So, but for Trollbarb, I think I could. I do understand it pretty well, and I also understand how the changes will affect it and the changes to the season. So I don't really need to retest it on beta or anything, which, anyways, I don't have access anymore. I gave it to the Bola bro, the dude from the Necromancer from the Discord. So I do want to make a video because they usually people do watch those, and you know, if somebody wants to try out Pro Bart this season, that might be useful. Then besides that, there are additional things. Let me quickly check. With the last epoch, I swear, I think I will never be able to play this game enough. I knew that I'm gonna be a little bit busy from the, you know, from the release of last epoch until like whatever, the PT2. I knew that I will be a little bit busy, that I will have like one trip and I will have some friends visiting, but I didn't know that in some cases I wouldn't be able to even play it outside of streams, which happened, for, to be honest, a lot. So basically what happened is I only played like 82 hours, but it's all 3 seasons combined. So in this season I only played 40 hours, which again sucks because I only kind of entered endgame, and in order to do everything that I want to do for the PT2, I pretty much don't have a chance to play anymore. So that's a bit yeah, that's a bit annoying. I don't know, just either takes too long for me to get there, or I don't know what. On the other hand, I also kind of felt that I don't really like, there is nothing, like almost nothing in last epoch is actually making me play it more. I don't know, that weird feeling, you know, like when PT2 releases, like, yeah, I want to play every evening, or like even if I have half an hour, I will just go run, farm like a couple of maps or some pit runs, whatever. When PoE released, PoE 1, the League of Settlers, I also played almost all free time. With PoE 2, it was very close, but I was also kind of having this, you know, love and hate relationship similar to Namespace. So it was a little bit annoying at times, but then I still played it way more, like way more. So I don't know, just for comparison, PoE 2, 140 hours in like a month and a half. Wait, I think I started playing it like what, in February, and I played February and March more or less, and a little bit of April, and I had something in between. So yeah, I think I have quite the same thing with it. That basically, I also do know what I need to do to grind the gear, but I don't know why I'm doing it. Indeed, and it's like, I know, yeah, there is Uber Aberoth, but I literally give like zero Fs. You know, like I'm completely not interested in that. And the process of grinding, I don't even have like, I don't even feel the difference, you know. Yeah, it's probably gonna get harder when I go to like, I don't know, 300 corruption. Also pushing difficulty just for the sake of pushing difficulty also doesn't make sense to me, kinda. So yeah, now there is this faction in the end game that you need to beat like some harbingers. Okay, this is something, you know, something interesting that gives me something, but still, it kind of doesn't really feel much. So I don't know, very strange. There is no that drive indeed, and I'm trying to kind of understand what's the difference between, like, I don't know, PT2 or PoE. I mean, in PoE I know the difference. I like the visuals more in PoE 1 and 2, definitely. So especially like when there is a lot of action happening, that's definitely, even like in PoE 1, like you would be surprised. But then I kind of even care a bit more about, you know, these achievements here in PoE1. Like, you know, there are some that require like you to go into bosses and things like that. Kill the Elder, kill the Sirius, like even that is kind of more interesting. And then there are a lot of league mechanics that you can just say, all right, I want to learn this one, or I want to see how deep can I go in Delve. And it's just by itself already more interesting goal than doing the corruptions. And even though I heard a lot of people were kind of saying that that basically the woven echoes made it more interesting, but I think it's kind of not. To me, woven echoes made it more interesting to target farm something. But then the question is, why do I do this? You know, there is no different mode of playing, there is no different thing to strive for, so I don't know. And with all the, I think the biggest change to my build that I felt were two things from like start of the game till like where I'm now in 40 hours. Two things. One is getting the throwing attack speed, which made me feel like, okay, this is now pleasant. And the second one is those free charms for chance to cast smite. Anything else I did to my build didn't do anything, except, okay, the skills. The skills did as well. But it's always like marginal, really percentage, small percentage increase here and there. So, I don't know, a little bit weird. So I'm not sure what's up with last epoch, but hopefully maybe something different will happen. But we'll see. So I bet I will be able to play just a little bit today, maybe some tomorrow, maybe Friday, which leads us to the weekend. And I do have a little plan for Saturday. He has a targeting bug that you have to lock in to actually deal damage to the right part of the screen. Oof, okay, I didn't know that. I noticed that there is no, or like it feels like there is no name locking. I don't know if you refer something like this. Basically, when I throw shields and I, you know, click on the mob and then right click, and I still have like the bar, the live bar on top, but sometimes it doesn't throw at the mob, it throws it where the cursor is, which makes it also not really great sometimes, but I don't know. It's kind of weird. Sometimes it's like this, sometimes it's not. But basically, yeah, for the weekend, it leads me to the fact that, yeah, most likely either Saturday or Sunday, I'm not really sure which day yet, I'll probably be out. So again, like -1 day on the weekend where I could, you know, stream and play a bit more. And then anyways, I do want to have like a little break between, you know, heavy PD2 grind and another ARPG. So I'll probably play something else. Area of soul cast in that direction, in the direction you're facing instead of where your cursor is. So you turn casting it. I want to cast behind you. We'll cast in a random spot. Really? Okay. That's a bit weird. Indeed. That's a bit weird. Wait, I do want to check one thing. It's really... Give me a little second. Kinda wanna... Not here, no. Where is it usually? Mm-hmm. Man, Windows 11 made so many settings so much harder to actually locate. Ah, okay, so my microphone is at 60%. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Like, why? Okay. Now I'm much louder, I think, but maybe it's too much. Okay, maybe this. This should be loud and clear, and I will actually reduce it a little bit in OBS. So I think now should be much better. Why did it go to 64? Honestly, knowing my OCD about numbers, I would never put it on 64. It would be somewhere like 65 or 60 or 70 or 75, but not at 64. Go figure, right? I don't know what happened there. I hope I'm not clipping. Maybe I do a little bit sometimes. Okay, that should be good. Anyways, so yeah. One of those types, yeah, I am. I mean, 1 to 100, almost never a good idea to do it dividable by 2. I mean, like, what's it called? Like 60, 62, 64. I don't know what's the name in English for that thing. 1 to 100 is 5 divided by 5. So yeah, there will be probably one day less over the weekend. I don't know if I'm gonna manage to stream on Friday. This is a bit of a question mark as well. So far, I think I should be able. Tomorrow is actually a day off apparently in Berlin, but I had no idea. So I actually scheduled some work for tomorrow, so... But maybe Friday stream then, depending how early I need to get up on Saturday. And I don't think the trip, if I go for the trip, it's like we are planning some day trip. So if I do that on Saturday, then probably no stream. And then yeah, Sunday would be probably the last stream before PT2. So I'm not gonna play Last Epoch, so some other game. There might be something a little bit more chill or something a bit more not chill. So let's see, depending on the mood and how it's gonna feel like. So we'll figure out. And then yeah, lastly, actually a couple of things that I wanted to check out. I've seen some really cool stuff while at work one day, and I did wanna try it out, or like I didn't wanna check it on stream because I really found it nice. So let's see quickly. Wait, where is it? Here. One thing is I found this channel, or like I found a video, and now that I was searching it on my laptop, it's kind of funny how many of those there are, but I really like how cool it looks. So let me show you real quick. So basically it's you know, like they apply now AI for anything, and they turn basically some Heroes of Might and Magic free. Hey Dwarfy, hello. They turn Heroes of Might and Magic free units into kind of, you know, animated AI brought to life things. One thing that I was really amazed about it is that how the original design translates, how well it translates into like 3D hyper realistic models. Like, at least this is how I always seen those guys, you know, and all those things. So yeah, let me quickly show it to you. All right. You hate this shit? Why? I mean, I know it's like a lot of things like this pop up, but this looks really cool. Like, why, you know? Hey, straight to the top. Hello. It's not AI art. It's just turning the original art into some kind of animated thing. That's what I like about it, you know? Like, I know, of course, there might be problems, but this is so identical to the original art. I mean, look at this. Really? Of course, there are some blurs, but this is literally how the dude looks in the game, you know? But, okay, this one maybe, you know, has just finished the double shift at the construction site, but still. Then the ghosts, and then the upgraded ghosts, you know, okay, these ones don't look very different. And the stupid vampire. With his fingers like... The Leech is also so crazy. I mean, it's just almost exactly the same. And the freaking Dark Knight. Imagine, like, this is kind of what I expect from. I mean, I know it's not exactly like this in the Heroes of Might and Magic olden era, but this is something that I would expect. Like, imagine the Heroes game with this kind of assets. Like, this knight looks so badass. And the freaking dragon with like net around him. Wait, how do I go back? You'd be impressed if someone modeled it themselves instead of had the program scrape and imitate some person who didn't sign off on it. Yeah, I mean, sure. You know, it's of course that's true. That's true, but this is also something, you know. The freaking the face, whatever they called, and the elements, the freaking thunder element. But again, it's just like I do understand that like AI art is sometimes like really terrible, but it's also showing you a little bit the possibility. I mean, now it's terrible. In 10 years, what it's gonna look like, right? And I don't know if it's for good or is bad, you know. Wait. This is the shit, man. I don't know anybody who took seriously those earth elementals, you know. This is literally like a Mr. Shit. It's just a compressed poop. Still gonna be parasitic. I think this is something and by the way, I do agree with you in like most cases. I'm just thinking that this is something that's probably gonna be really like changing in the next 10 years. Like the concept of copyright and intellectual property and like art property and stuff like that. As all are, because all artists consume. That's true, yes. Usually there is always, you know, copying and transformation. So sometimes it's a, you know, fair use when there is enough transformation, and sometimes it's not fair use. Obviously, here is just like somebody wanted to see the best way how to use the same models, but like make them high fidelity and all of that. So I do agree that a lot of art, I mean, it feeds on itself, right? This is crazy. Who thought it was a great idea that like this dude coming to somebody and flashing, you know, is a good like psionic attack or something like this, like back in the days? Who thought about this? The Phoenix. Yeah. Wait. And this one, okay, already starting with this, the troglodyte. I mean, again, like I'm so amazed how really well the art of Heroes of Might and Magic 3 transfers into this like realistic like models. Like this is so cool. You don't like that people lose their jobs to that shit, but those arguments kill me. But I need talent to recreate it. It's not just some algorithmic copy and paste composite that took zero effort and involves zero passion. Somebody would argue, and hear me out, Furious, somebody would argue that basically a person who wanted to make this, he probably had some intention and passion to see how it's gonna look. Most likely took multiple attempts to fine-tune the model, but he's probably not great in art, right? He or she or whatever, they are not great in art, but it took some passion, took some efforts to do it. I don't know if there are, ready-made models that can do it from the first try, but I know somebody could say it's pushing buttons instead of actually, carefully drawing and creating it in a 3D modeling engine or whatever. That's true. On the other hand, again, let's look at another example. This, I don't know much about programming. I know about websites and I could read like some code, but I don't know much about anything. And yet, with some passion and without learning from scratch the whole like JavaScript and all the like Tailwind, Vue, Vite, and TypeScript, and modern CSS and HTML, GitHub, without learning most of it, but using some AI, I managed to make the shit that people appreciate and use, So again, you could say that I was parasitic on the work of Fabrice and that, that's stupid and that should not be done. But I do think there is value in it. And I think other people also find it valuable. Not a lot, but still. So I think it's a similar comparison. Somebody is copy pasting code and trying to do some code work through this, and somebody is doing art. So somebody tried to do something. I think the moment when a dude goes and decides to actually let's say do this and sell it or make profit on top of it, and I'm pretty sure they're getting some profit, right? I don't know what's the policy of YouTube now with like AI content, because when you actually upload the content that was made with AI, you have to tick the box. You have to say that it's AI generated. So that, or there is like major parts of the content is based on AI. So this is something that I don't know if they are generating money from it or not, but it's a tool in the end that brings the baseline to, oh my God, seriously, guy? Dude, you decided to come here right now? Get wrecked. So it's a tool in the end. And like as you said that that basically this is going to change how people work and will bring the baseline up for a lot of things. But I think, yeah, straight, you mentioned the problem is rather learning, and that people who build those AI don't pay for their model, basically. That's also true. That's also true. But it's a problem of a current worldview and the current understanding of the laws around it, of how it's been for like what, nearly 50-60 years, with all the digital art and stuff like that, with all the digital. So I'm pretty sure it's gonna change, and I don't know if I'm very happy about it or not, but I mean, look at this shit. Open your eye. Look at this shit. This looks so good. Creating art is free, and you can secure the creation of the creations of your imagination. Oh, you mean because it's gonna be scraped by the AI or anyhow else, right? There is basically, yeah, there is no way. I mean, I don't know, like, what if you put entire digital world on a blockchain somehow? That basically any view or change of anything in the web is going to be locked in your blockchain. Like, I don't know if it's even possible, and I'm just kind of speculating. Maybe then it's going to be somehow secured, but who knows? I don't know. And the graded evil eye. The Medusa, she's sad. like NFTs. I don't know about NFTs actually. I don't know much about them. The Manticore looks really good actually, and the graded one. The eyes are different colors. Red dragon and the black one. Nice. It's really like weird situation because I like those tools being there. Oh, I mean, look at this null. And like the background is also, you know, fitting to the keep the graded null, the null lieutenant. Oh, these ones should be a little bit taller. The dragonfly. Very annoying. They block your archers immediately. The basilisk. The graded one. The gorgons. Ooh, they are so... These ones are so strong. Damn. And the ducks. The wyverns, the ducks. This doesn't look like, actually, a bit funny. Hydras. You also see the it's like tools being there. I also see the problem, but let's also be honest. Just because I'm using AI art doesn't mean I would otherwise pay an artist to do some random BS where I think it's funny. That's also true. That's also true. I like in a way I agree that sometimes like I don't wanna pay like, let's say, to make something like this, it's gonna take you ages to learn how to create models like this, how to make textures, color, animate, and so on. Like nobody's gonna do it. It's the same as like, I don't know, before you had the wait a second. Before, like, everybody knew, or not everybody, but before majority had access to Photoshop like tools, because they also became, you know, a bit more democratized and easier, like GIMP and Canva and whatnot, with a bunch of bunch of filters and things. Nobody was making sophisticated memes. You know, people were kind of like, you know, making those, what they were called, like demotivators, something like, you know, the black screen with like a picture without any changes in there, and then white text on top and at the bottom. Like that was the state of art, you know. Now people do whatever weird shit is possible with that, because again, it's just available. AI can be powerful too, albeit one that consumes a worrying amount of power, but I do have a lot of disdain for people who see it as the full medium and product. Plug in words and get composite image from effort of others and then go, I made this. Yeah, okay. I mean, I do see the point in that, for sure. I agree with you. It doesn't make sense. I think in the first place, people that use AI, like ideally, they should be able to make whatever they use it for, or at least understand 100% of what's happening. So that would make sense. Then, yeah, the power aspect, yeah, for sure. That's overall, like, I think generational thing that needs to be solved. But again, it's like you know, getting in another system and looking at this not only at isolated thing, because, you know, here it's just like, okay, I just purely like the visuals of it and how it looks and whatever. But obviously, if we go into all the consequences of using AI, the copyright infringements, the intellectual property infringements, the use of energy, the electricity production, like the farms that boiling the oceans and things like that. Yeah, of course, but I don't know, not everything, or maybe not at every moment of time, should be viewed this way, right? Like, okay, that's bad. That looks shit. Power consumption is also one of the downsides. Yeah, yeah, yeah. You won't ever be on board with the idea that people are entitled to art for free. Hmm. Hmm. I mean, I'm just thinking uh, like in the end, okay, it's not free. It's just the payment has transferred from like one place from your wallet to like electricity bills and whatever other things. Yeah, it's not proportional to what it has been before, but then again, you kind of have like internet, and the whole thing there is free, right? The whole deal of art that it is free. I'm not sure about that. I think it's a very different thing. I think it's a very there are very different categories. It's the same as like music, like there is like production music that people are happy to share and be used, in whatever, and there is like artist music, whatever you call it, which is again like will not be free. For example, you always pay for it. Like again, a lot of things nowadays change and turn to the model where it's like you either paid by your electricity consumption or you paid by advertisement that you see along the way. So, and I think more and more things will turn this way, really. Would be betrayal of your principles. I'm not denying that there will be times that the AR tricks me into thinking it's from an actual artist, but if I willingly make exceptions just because I have some attachment to what is being imagined, it would be lame for you. Okay, that's a fair point. Or you definitely have right and point there in that. So that's true. Hobgoblin. Okay, they look weird. This whole thing for some reason looks weird. The orc. They're all like disproportionately small somehow. The ogre. An ogre shaman. Okay, that's a bit better. Thunderbird. No, the Cyclop. Holy hell, Mr. Cyclop. It's a hard topic. You can understand both sides, but I still would really like to have it limited due to global warming. I think it should be limited and used reasonable by control instances of government, etc. Oof. Yeah, I don't have like a ready thought on this. I mean, I don't think we'll be able to ever control anything like this. Honestly, I don't think we'll be able to, just because how basically nature of all these things happen. So I don't think it will be possible. Aside from art, I do generally think there is a certain subset of internet guy that is getting incredible stupid as a result of ChatGPT and Grok. Yeah. I mean, look, let's be honest. With a thing of internet, ever since internet happened, people started to become, in some case, more stupid. Humans are idiots. Yes, I mean, cheers to that. Cheers to that. Hey Xerius, hello. Long time no see. How long has it been? I actually don't know. It's been the first time you are in chat, so probably it's been like eternity, or at least like 34 years. But yeah, no, like, look, the people always offload part, and again, it's also like super hard philosophical, whatever kind of conversation that once you pull by one string, you will unroll a lot of things, and basically, people always try to offload as much as possible from their brain, but it used to be done in a way to free up space for something better, for something more important. Lately, with advent of never stopping never stopping, oncoming of entertainment and free media and like all of that culture, people offload their brains not for something better and smarter and more important, but actually for stupid shit. So that's, I guess, that's my view on it. You were busy finishing your exams. You recognize me on YouTube because of your smiley logo every time. Really? Okay, then I actually did not recognize the name, but good to see you. Welcome in. we suddenly, I wanted to have like a light-hearted showcase of like some Heroes of Might and Magic AI models animated, which I found really nice lately, and we have a hard discussion now on different stuff. Okay, these ones, how the ancient ones gonna look? These ones look a bit weird. Okay, I guess these ones are also recognizable. A bit weird though. Okay, I think there is one more left. Yeah, the Inferno. AI will be really crazy over the next few years, changing so much right now. Yeah, look, like again, I think like AI for shits and giggles is kind of fine, but again, as people mentioned before, it's really in many cases very irresponsible. Like, first of all, for what like it just does to like environment. The second, what it does to all the job market. Let's put it this way, because one of the main things when AI was oncoming and becoming popular, nobody ever in the government, in the public sector, in the industry was thinking about, okay, what are we going to do with all the people that are being replaced by AI right now? What are we going to do with all of them? So nobody is thinking, still I think nobody is thinking about it, and everybody see how much AI could do, and you're basically making a lot of people obsolete with their skills and whatnot. And again, for the good or for the bad, nobody knows, but people would really go for a cheap AI alternative wherever they can without compromising quality. Like, there is one really good case from web design, basically. First of all, like basic landing pages, you can do in one click with AI. Second, another example which very close to me because I know it a bit more, writing copy for alt text for images used to be maybe like not 20% of the income of some companies or some people, but maybe like 10% or maybe like 5%, 7%. So it was a reliable thing to do. You would actually create image, write a proper copy alt text for things. Now the cost on a scale dropped to like fraction of a cent to actually get a copy, alt text or images, so that things can be scrapped. That's a pretty big change. So it's like completely disrupting some parts of the industry. So again, it's I think, in my view, we all knew it's going to happen. We all seen it happening, but nobody was doing anything about it. So that's a bit of the situation we're in. It's hard to manage, but in the long term, I think humankind will benefit from it. At least I hope so. I mean, I also hope so. There are definitely good use cases, and really use cases that make it really easy, or like make a lot of things possible. But I think nobody is really talking about the downsides and side effects, which is wrong in my opinion. So the downside side effects need to be carefully weighted and reviewed before basically flooding the market with all the possible things. The problem is also people make AI way smarter than it is. I've worked in recent years on many big projects regarding AI, including usage of up-to-date models like ChatGPT, and it all needs to be highly supervised to a degree where you could ask yourself, why do it in the first place? There are some really amazing things AI could do in the medical field. There is a lot of work going on right now surrounding using AI to help make diagnoses. Unfortunately, the public image of AI is people making shitty memes in the Ghibli art style. Yeah. But okay, Furious. I mean, you as a deliberate and thoughtful person, you need to know that shitty memes in the Ghibli art style, this is something that's come now. It was hype for a week, maybe two, and it's gone. Nobody cares about it anymore. So I don't think it's really that important. The problem is that, as you rightfully also mentioned, that there is not enough publicity on, first of all, broader application that makes it a bit more interesting for people and creates some hope and some, moves it away from like kind of brain rot stuff. And the second is that, yeah, the side effects and downsides of AI. Usually all the like niche really good applications of AI, they stay in the industry associations and like some conferences and whatnot. They never reach publicity, so people still don't know why it's good. And again, like I do maybe know like some good applications, but I still don't know much, even though like it's not like I'm working with AI, but I do know a little bit about it. And the second thing is that, yeah, there is no like public discourse on everything else. Italian brain rot memes are so popular right now. To be honest, kind of funny. I don't know what's that. A lot of it is actually funny. I don't know. Let's see. Again, like, we can only live and see where it all come. I don't think there is a like way or possibility to stop it, which is also a bit frightening, to be honest. But it's a future we chose, in the end. Unless something goes south and we have to create permanent gray cloud on our land and go into the sewers and underground and live in small cities underground, always being afraid, Lexicons to Google to now AI will learn how to handle it. What is this? Dude, okay, this looks stupid. This is like, the bro is somewhere between like a Friday Satanist club and a basketball player, or like a gym bro. All right, and the graded one, of course, can teleport. The thing is that that basically, I know we always went from one thing to another, but in the process of this, like going from hunters and gatherers to actually settling down and farming, then going from that to cities, then going from cities to all the Renaissance and like Industrial Revolution, and then again the computerization, digitalization. In many of that events, especially the way in the back, the damage that has been done to people and to population has been tremendous. Like there again, like there is also a bit of a point of view where most of those changes have made majority of people more miserable than happy. So, which is again, like I think the typical discourse about capitalism is bad, socialism is good, and things like that, because people are unhappy because they have to work for somebody who is earning money and exploiting them. That is evolutionary true, and we did not manage in most of the previous cases to reduce the damage that is caused by these kind of revolutions. Now you would really want to hope that humans learn on their history and their mistakes. Funny, right? And that we'll be able to manage this AI stuff and the change that AI brings, which is again, it's tremendous. It's gonna be huge. Again, the simplest and on the surface application of AI is an art thing, and creating art, text, music, images, videos is already on the surface, and it's already making so much troubles and challenges to the whole thing. So again, like I would hope that we as like humanity, whatever, are able to bring this change in a better way than we did a lot of previous changes, because a lot of those changes have been carried out by people losing everything, people dying and stuff like that, which I don't think is a good way to manage these kind of transitions. So, but yeah, what can we do? You're talking about overpopulation specifically? No, not at all about overpopulation. No, no, no. Like that has nothing to do with this. I mean, the simple example is that again, I have no way to prove it, right? I rely on the information that I read in the books that specialize on this. But basically, from hunters gatherers to farmers, what happened? Domesticating animals, getting a lot of diseases, working all day long to make more people possible to eat and stuff like that. So from hunters and gatherers that were going around, sometimes eaten by a lion, but such is life. So that's the representation. Okay. One last thing that I wanted to check is actually the GTA 6 trailer 2 has been released literally like what? Yesterday or today? May 6th. Okay, yesterday. Has 77 million views. Jesus Christ. Okay, let's see how is it. It's either AI or getting eaten by a lion. And what if AI is bringing us back to getting eaten by a lion? Okay, let's be honest, there are not enough lions in the world. I think if we are going to get eaten, it's going to be either pigs or chicken or sheep or cows, right? The most successful kinds of animals, cattle or animals, yeah, in the world, because they are in the billions, their population comparing to everything else, right? we need less stuff. The average person has so much entertainment, so much to do, access to so many things that they want, that nothing is fulfilling anymore. We consume and we are never sated. Yep, 100%, 100%. And that's blowing our brains. That's frying our brains, actually. That is really frying our brains. I 100% agree with you. And maybe that's the next epidemic, which is already, you could see, it's always a bit of a question mark, like what is the result of better diagnostic tools, or what has always been there, or actually, something is happening. But again, the attention deficit, the span of attention, a lot of how you call it, shit, this is where, like, I don't know the enough English words, like all the other basically mental disorders and disturbances and whatever, a lot of it and a lot more is happening. There is always, like, okay, there is way more population, so there is way more chance for that, but also I'm pretty sure that a lot of these things are contributed by what you mentioned. Nobody wants to give anything up. I don't, but maybe it's what we need. Maybe. I think the nature of humanity is I think it's like it's deep in our nature to want more, basically, to have less hard, challenging things, and just have enough challenge in our life to get by. And I think nowadays, in many cases, again, like first world problems, in many cases we almost don't need to do anything to get by. So, and we have unlimited entertainment. So I think it's wired deep inside our reptile brain. All right.
What you doing up there?
I'm just fixing some leaks.
Seriously, dude, you got some time on your hands. I got some properties with paying tenants.
Well, that's what...
It's also really funny to you that as soon as this conversation ends, we are watching the trailer for the next GTA game. Come on, dude. Look. Leave me alone.
You came by?
Just go get me my checks.
See you, Brian. Love you, Jason.
I mean, they haven't shown any gameplay, don't they? Game. So, just a quick question. So, do you think they stole the art or not? Like, how do you consider this? This is clearly, I think this is clearly Eleiko. Eleiko plates. Or maybe Rogue. Actually, it could be Rogue plates. I think it's Rogue. So, but they renamed them as Gains. So, what do you think? Is this the appropriate or not? Was there any eye in this? I mean, if the game is remotely looking like this, that's gonna be really sick.
What's your name?
Jason Duval.
I seen you here before.
You might have.
Okay. The second protagonist?
Hey.
They did it all the time? Yeah, for sure. For sure. Alright.
Hands above your head, now!
You stay. The new beginnings.
Yeah, we'll definitely need to play with subtitles. No idea what they're saying.
The only thing that matters is who you know and what you got.
Gonna do this? You're doing it right.
Yo, D, this full of fat? They got your name, address, they got everything. Us cops, you got
How do you know Furious?
You and me, bro. You got this.
We got it.
So, I don't know, it looks pretty epic. I mean, a lot of things. I still don't know, like, I haven't played GTA 5, so I don't know how the new GTA like feel is new. Giving them the benefit of the doubt, right? So I don't know how this, and I also am not sure like how much, like, is this gonna be cringe? Like zoomer cringe stuff? Or not? Doesn't look like though. It seems like it's gonna be pretty big, you know. May 26th. Some people say that May 26th is when they're gonna show the third trailer. So that might well be, to be honest. All right, gentlemen. So with the Wednesday, let's jump into the game. I guess it's time. It's time. I don't think I had anything else to say really. We said more than enough. Uh-huh. Wait. Just let's get back to music a little bit. Where are you at? There. Okay. Let's I'm gonna change also. Let's launch the last epoch and gonna update the stream. Last epoch. 999 viewers. All right. Cool. Okay. Okay. But yeah, I don't know. It's for GTA 6, it's a bit hard for me to say anything really. I'm not like, I've only played like, I don't think I played GTA 1 actually. I played GTA London for like maybe 1 hour. And then I played, of course, GTA 2 as a kid, and then a lot GTA 3, and then Vice City, and then San Andreas. So, but I never played 4 or 5. It's gonna be great, but inevitably just turn into a never-ending wheel of slop content for the online mode. Whilst the single-player mode languishes, bug fixes forgotten. Is that what happened to GTA 5, actually? I am, like... I don't want to sound boomer, but I actually don't understand why GTA 5 is one of the top... First of all, top Twitch games, and also top games overall. What's there? Like, what people do there? And RDR2, yeah, it also went online. So what people do there? Like, what the hell? People roleplay. Really? The role-playing aspect is so big? Yeah, exactly. That's what I am like really... I have no clue about. Like, why is it so big? Like, I get it that that's actually not bad. Man, this is also one of the aspects of this game that is a bit annoying, that there are just so many things that you need to pick up and break, but do nothing with that. I wish like we could, you know, just find more stuff. Yeah, 80-90% is role-playing for sure, maybe even 90. It's mad to me. Imagine finishing up your shift at work, grabbing a can of Monster, cracking your knuckles, and settling in for 6 hours of pretending to be an EMT in a game that has no mechanics for it. That's what people do? Huh? What? Okay, I guess. Okay. I mean, I do understand, like, for example, content creators, if they want to create like a story, whatever, you know, somebody wrote a plot for a bunch of like actors and whatever, and you do want to play it out and make something out of it, but actually just logging in to do absolutely nothing but kind of wait. But just really like as a regular person kind of logging in and doing. The fun comes with interaction. Yeah, I mean, that's true, of course. There is definitely some fun in. Oh, that's actually something I wanted to also keep. I mean, 100%, right? I get it. What I was doing even? I think I was here. I don't know. It's like ICQ of the modern day. Seems to me. Like people just want to chat, feel part of the group, part of the community, being terminally online, something like that. Okay. But again, like I do see the point, like if you actually because I know, like I've seen some streamers that I know a little bit about, like especially like in the RU community, they they did have like some websites where they actually made some stories and like a season 1, and it was like, I don't know, 2 months long kind of interaction, whatever. So that's fine with me. I think that's cool, and like it's also interesting to watch probably, like what's gonna happen, especially if a lot of things are scripted and stuff like that. But multiplayer games are more popular. That's also true. But again, it depends like who you ask, to be honest. I think like multiplayer games are popular. Well, yeah, it doesn't depend on who you ask. I guess they are popular, but at the same time, no legendary potential, 2 legendary potential. Can I? Okay, no, I cannot. Legendary potential. You. Weaver's Wheel. What do I do? Maybe. I don't know, man. Let's just empower. Huh? He dropped some loot? Or maybe, this probably was the prophecy or something, no? Most likely. Sorry, I started playing and I kinda lost my thoughts in between. I mean, I do get it, yeah, why they're popular, but I did not expect a game where you pretty much cannot do anything. Like, I think Fury said it, that there are like no mechanics, nothing that you could do. It's actually just pure imagination, Like, I don't know, I am a doctor, so can you check up on me? And then, you know, a person comes in, sits down on a table, and you're like, all right, I think you have this and that, and then they suddenly decide that they are like crazy doctor and they actually kill you instead of healing you. Like, what? Is that that much fun? So yeah, this is a little bit strange to me. But yeah, again, maybe it's a first world problems. Maybe that's what awaits all of us in the end. I mean, in a way, not gonna lie, but like nowadays the whole idea of like a YouTube channel and streams and everything is that since like I don't have a single friend who is playing video games, like I don't even have anybody to discuss it with, you know. This way at least I could, you know, find a company to entertain my hobbies, kind of. People do put on whole plays and shit in GTA Online though. Yeah, that's what I mentioned, like as a whole like scripted campaign kind of thing. So exactly, that's what I knew, but I didn't know that like everybody is just basically spending there most of the time. Like I couldn't fathom it. Broad enough sandbox, right? Okay. Well. But again, it's really surprising for me that, like, how many years? I think it was like more than 10 years that GTA 5 was released. Isn't it? So I'm surprised that a game like that actually is holding up so long. Just on a roleplay aspect of it. And I know there was like an enhanced edition or whatever released recently, but it's not like it was it wasn't like a Oblivion style remaster. But, I think almost way less noticeable, even though maybe it was also on UE5 actually, I don't know. Anyways, in this game what I noticed is that, yeah, with Corruption 100, which I am now, I do feel sometimes that if I'm just stay there and do nothing, I could get killed. Like previously it wasn't possible, and now it's possible. But then again, like I've seen something this the other week as well, like last week, that made me like so. Again, like I was so disappointed. Also, like in humanity, in Twitch and everything. But something that I always knew, but I've never seen it so like directly. But basically, there was one streamer who's basically doing trash content. I think that's how it's called, which looks like he's in a room that is like fully taped with you know, like with plastic cover, whatever, and then he has a huge like 10-liter bottle or whatever, you know, like a huge water things that you put in the water boiler, and it's filled with Coke, like Coca-Cola, Pepsi, whatever. And then it's open, and then there is like a little separator, and on top there is another bottle like this, which is like 20% filled with something like Mentos, you know, or whatever. Like I don't know if it's I think, yeah, it exists in like worldwide, right? It's the same name. And basically all he does is like telling people that soon it's gonna happen, and it's gonna be crazy, and it's gonna be really dirty, and we should do that, and like, you know, overreacting and like listening some very strange music, and then screaming and shit like that, and then basically telling that, okay, we're gonna do it now, I just need 2 more followers, 2 new people in the chat, we're doing now. And then basically he never does it in 5 hours of stream. And why is it funny? It's because this dude went like 20k followers in like what, 1.5 months. And has like 2,000 people watching him every moment. That is why it's funny. What's happening to me? The burning stacks? Okay, that was painful. So yeah, that made me again feel like maybe it's not the game. I mean, maybe it's not a carrot to chase. If the environment and world in a way that this is what you need to do to chase the carrot, maybe you should not chase it anymore. This is what Twitch was in 2019, but it was women in bikinis standing just off camera for 5 hours. Yeah. For some reason they fell off quite a lot, didn't they? The bikini ladies. It's no longer as big. Oh man, okay, they start to really deal damage. The funny thing that I have no idea what I need to do in order to not get damage. Like perfecting my gear, getting more block chance, physical damage reduction or something, but it's kinda crazy. Getting more life and shit, I guess, but it just doesn't seem fun to worry about it really. I mean, there is no way you dodge his attacks, or like majority of those attacks. Seen that kind of marketing on TikTok as well, some Asian dude pretending to eat big worms. Yeah, that's, you know, that's also always there. It's just crazy how like shit like that has like nothing in it, like literally nothing. I mean, it has, you know, it's entertainment. Some people find it entertaining, so that's why it's there, right? If that was not making people entertained in some way, that wouldn't work, right? So there are enough people, or more people, I would rather argue, that are entertained by this than anything else. And this is what is promoting Twitch, basically. So Twitch banned bikini streamers? Ah, unless you are in a pool. Yeah, okay. Yeah, but still, like, there are a lot of streamers that are like, whatever you call it, like lewd, or like what's the name? Like very implied sexuality, kind of, that is still used. So most recent, I think I remember Twitch having to stop was one woman who was streaming in a clear plastic chair with one camera just pointing at her barely covered butthole. Beautiful. Fantastic. Oh, I've got sentinel stuff. Okay, let's go. Put one here for fun. Can I use the altar here? What do I want to do? Decay, critical strike. Ah, this one. I needed to reroll. That was pretty bad. And again. Oh man. Till next time, I guess. Have a question for Last Epoch? Shoot. If I am able to answer, I would be happy. I'm not the biggest, or I'm pretty much noob. I know nothing about the game, more or less, unless it's very basic. I could try though. Wait, that's a new echo, yeah. Are there any chase items which are super rare to drop, like high runes in D2 or Headhunter in PvE? You've got like 30 hours in a game, but kind of want to try it again. That's a good question. I don't know for sure, but basically your chase items, it's not a specific. They kind of made it a bit different in my, like, from what I understand. It's not like an item itself, but it's what you make out of this item. So for example, this one, like this stuff, this shield rolls, you know, it has like varying roll, but it also has legendary potential from 1 to 4. And getting legendary potential 4, I think even 3 is super rare. Like I found only one item with legendary potential 2 so far. When you get the legendary potential 4, then you can take the exalted item with those purple affixes and you can fuse them into this one. So ideally you want a perfect exalted item with 4 exalted affixes that have everything that you need, and then 4 legendary potential, and you fuse all those 4 affixes on your perfect unique item. I think that's how it is. It's more like in D4. I guess it's similar to masterworking, right? I don't know. I haven't played D4 like since launch, basically. There are chase items that come in multiple stages. You need the right unique. Yeah. So with all legendary potential, then you need to find that out. Exactly. So that's how it is. So in a way, it makes it so that you always have like super aspirational gear, and it's really hard, from what I understood, to get like really perfect. I think you can get like 2 affixes pretty alright. Like that's gonna take you some grind, but it's doable. But getting 4 is almost like impossible, I guess. 3 is gonna be very challenging. But I don't know if it's similar to like masterworking and stuff. But I've seen some analytics about Diablo 4 masterworking, like getting the perfect stuff, especially if you play trade. Somebody calculated that with a top tier build that can grind those currency, whatever, it's gonna take like 40 hours or maybe even less of grinding to get all your gear perfect, all your gear slots perfect. I have no way to verify it because I know nothing, but I kind of trust the source. So in a way, it's like literally, it's actually nothing. You ask me, 40 hours if you grind something really hard, it's not a lot. There are definitely, like, getting tier 0 unique in PvE is much harder. Or stuff in D2 as well. You can grind 40 hours of Trivinkle and get 0 bear runes, right? You always have the urge to grind for those super rare items. That's why I like D2 in PvE. D4 seems always too casual. That's true. They managed to make Battle Pass. Yeah, I've seen a bit of this drama. I don't know why they did it. Maybe I know. Maybe it's like some very smart marketers actually define that not so many people buy the full priced Battle Pass, so they said, okay, let's do it. Let's break it down into 3, so it's like in a credit payment, you know. So they probably are able to get more money out of it this way. by breaking the price. I don't remember what was the. It's like 1,000 platinum, right? The battle pass. What's 1,000 platinum in Diablo 4? Like how much does it cost? But then again, like some people have like even an idea, or like they even it comes to their tongue to say that the free battle pass has a good reward system because it has platinum in it. So if you're a very dedicated player and you play 6 seasons, 1.5 years, you can actually get like one battle pass for free. It's like, guys, you stupid. Like, this is like so bad to think this way. If you think this way, I think you need to rethink your life. £9 or something? 1,000, okay. Okay, it's not that much. But I guess also there is probably not much content in that battle pass. Like I have no clue though. Once again, take it with a grain of salt. I have no clue about Diablo 4 battle pass, but I don't know if there is any real content in it. They get away with it because their player base is not the like sweaty people on the internet. So, and I don't know how many casuals buy things like that. I guess if you're like a casual dad and you play, I don't know, like for 3 months and you play in total 100 hours and you don't play anything else, then like, oh sheesh, why wouldn't you buy a battle pass for nine bucks? Just like the Berserk stuff. What actually, I've seen it was yesterday, wasn't it? I think the Berserk stuff. What did you get for this? Oh. Crossover, where there are 4 class locked armor sets that cost £21 each, and 2 sets are for rogue. Oh my god. Oh my god. This is the crossover that they promised, the IP crossover. I mean, like, how people look at it and say like, I'm so happy that they made the crossover with the Berserker, so they just want $100 from me. That sounds amazing. I wish Deckard Cain lived up to this moment to see how good it is. Like, I mean, really? Some ugly free cosmetics? Yeah, of course. Of course. I don't know, man. I'm too old for this shit. And like, don't get me wrong, I did play in my life like a few mobile games, just, you know, for one or another reason, and I did pay for like battle pass, but then again, like, it was substantial. It was substantial. It wasn't like something that wouldn't give me much. I don't know.
Yes.
And I only did it until like I knew that I will get bored in a month, so it was 1 month and it was enough. That's it. I don't want to say the premium was good. Yellow dot, hello. No longer be taking any of my money from now on. Yeah. The only thing that I still wanna like find a good moment to grab is a StarCraft 2 campaign pack. I have now like pretty much like all the Blizzard classic games that I ever wanted to have, like Diablo 3, Diablo 2, Diablo 1, all the Warcrafts, and I have StarCraft 1, but I don't have StarCraft 2, so I do wanna some point grab that one, and that's it. I even have like the arcade collection, and like because I played those games as a kid. But all the new stuff, meh, doesn't do it for me. How are you, Yellow Dot? How's it going? They released it on the anniversary of Miura's death too, so disrespectful. I guess it's a creator or original founder of Berserk. Huge fees damage here. Well, you good? What are you playing now? You still grinding some Last Epoch, or you switched to something else? Actually, things are alright. Things are alright. The work started to happen, which is good. So I don't feel like I'm wasting my life away. But I also, during that time, was like, alright, if there is not much work, let me at least learn some new stuff. So I finished one book and I read some like proper articles on some other stuff. So that was good. Dodge rating though, critical strike avoidance. The only like, yeah, I really, we discussed it earlier. Happy affiliate anniversary, GG namespace. Hello, thank you. We discussed it earlier, but it's like I see this item and then, like, you know, I see my belt and I'm like, do I really want to do anything about it? Do I really want to bother like crafting a couple of affixes here, then comparing if it's better or not? Like, I don't know, like for some reason, like maybe it's already like too late, but I like the thrill is gone somehow, you know? Yeah, I mean, it seems like I don't lose anything, but I probably gain some damage. 45k, 46. Well, because there is throwing damage, so maybe I could craft some. Still yeeting shields? Yeah, kinda, but not a lot, to be honest. It's not like I'm really... I managed to play very little bit over the last couple of weeks, so I'm a bit, you know, not really having much here. Have been doing exactly that in PoE 2. I was talking about it in the beginning of the stream that for some reason PoE 1, 2 and D2 have way more appeal for me in many ways, because I know there are more things that I could do. It felt more substantial to me, so if I can say it this way. For some reason in Last Epoch I don't feel it this way. Ooh, we got some nice boost there. D2 is simply the best game ever made. Hell yeah, brother. Hell yeah. I wanted to use... what's the rune that seals the shit? Which one is it? No. Why I cannot find that thing? Never. No, this is the ascending. Is it this one? Shuffles? No. Huh? I don't have it? Ah, because it was not a rune, it was a glyph, wasn't it? It's a chance to seal an affix instead of upgrading it. The sealed affix is moved on its own. Yeah, okay. So I can... Oh, it's already tier 5, the dodge rating, so I can... That's why I cannot do anything? Bro, really? Oh my god, I cannot get rid of a dodge rating here? Only... Oh no, this is so bad. And I don't want to do... Oh no. Oh shit. Okay. Let's see. Alright. 46. 51. Hell yeah. Got him. Go back to PoE 2 to see what the loot buff was like. I think it seemed pretty good, actually. From like some clips and stuff that I've seen. It seemed pretty good. I'm not sure it's still like SSF viable, to be honest, unless you know life in the game, but you know, maybe it's better. I think the most important change is the, if it works, the items that they now go with a specific tier, like the way more chances to get like item base with tier 3, tier 4 and so on. I think that's the most important. If that really helps and rolls, then sure, that could be good. I could see why, yeah. Oh, a lot of glyphs. Nice. How you been, namespace? What were you up to? Are you ready to try PD2? Or not this season, not this time, not until T-Rails. Even though they introduced like the currency tab. Like super GG. Quality of life.
I cannot do that.
What did my thing get? Electrify, war decay, wow. Alright, let's try to fix that. Nuisance. The chosen erased. So yeah, I don't know, for some reason, like, whatever I'm doing here, it doesn't feel satisfying. It's satisfying, but it doesn't feel like, I still don't know why am I doing this, you know? That's a weird thing. Maybe that's the main problem of Last Epoch, like, or maybe it's my main problem, but I simply don't know why the hell I'm doing any of that here in this game. Like, I don't want to do Uber Aberoth, whatever it is. I'm not excited about it, so I don't know. Why am I grinding gear? Why do I need to go and do the same content, but higher tier of corruption, meaning nothing really changes there? Oh, and I died for the first time in a long time, actually. Okay, I guess I lost. I have like 147 over cap of fire res. Block chance 65. So it means that I just need more life, I guess. Yeah, you see. You see. What's this? So it's really weird, like, so weird that I don't understand why am I playing this game, kinda. No, I don't want to sound like dramatic or whatever, but like, even if I go like Diablo 3, I have an idea why am I doing it. Like, I'm farming gear, there are a couple of like progression goals to chase. Even if they are like short and everything. And then you chase, like, you know, you can just play for fun, same as here, a little bit. Or then, like, I really started to feel way more compelled with, like, funny enough, in the end of Diablo 3 Live, after like playing it for, I don't know, 10 seasons in total in my life, I actually started to feel good about pushing, and I felt like, that's actually fun. So there is this understanding for me. In Last Epoch, I guess like maybe the boss is the same thing. So maybe the problem is the loop to get there. Because like I already did exactly the same for like 25 hours. More or less. Like literally exactly the same. Everything was absolutely the same. I would go to an echo. there will be those arrows pointing me in a direction. There will be like 3-4 different things which are essentially the same. Either kill 2 dudes or kill 3 dudes, or click on a thing, stay there for 2 minutes and kill all the dudes. No other gameplay type. And then do it for 20 times. Finish the timeline with like a little story-like event, which is, in the beginning it was fun, but then it became largely irrelevant. Then I didn't read anything. Fight bosses, most of which are, you absorb so much damage and like you're so much stronger that you don't care until finally you care, and typically everything is so fast that you cannot dodge anything, so you just have to absorb everything, so you need better gear to be able to absorb more damage, and that's it. And this gameplay loop, I guess I need to do it still like 60 hours or something to get much better gear to be able to do like Uber Boss, whatever, and try my luck at it, I guess. That's why you probably never got into finish campaign, and then what? Yeah, and then you basically go and farm the... You need to farm the timelines, get better gear, and things like that. And again, like one would say that, how is that different from, I don't know, like Diablo 2? And that's right. The only thing is that it's different from Diablo 2 is because like we know Diablo 2 inside out and we kind of like it, right? Diablo 2 doesn't have to do anything, doesn't have to convince us to like it, right? We already like it. So, and you see an end goal. Like here it needs to convince me that I should like it, but I don't have this convincing in the end. Like it's fun, like don't get me wrong, it's fun for like 30 hours. But nothing else. Even like this tree, for example, it, I think like it again, it's a really good system if you already have a lot of things. Like that's a good system to customize your experience, even though like again it doesn't really do much. Yeah, you can get like, you know, more of this or more of that, like dropping stuff that you really want to drop, but it doesn't do much else. It's like it doesn't change your gameplay, it just changes what you get, which is nice for SSF, of course. But the problem is not here, the problem is here still. Whatever rewards you are getting is very quickly becomes irrelevant. Like, very quickly. Like, I literally don't care anymore. I just try to go into maybe in some directions that at least somehow matter to me. Like, I don't want to get any rare stuffs because I don't need stuffs. You farm unique boots for 10 hours and just getting the same 3 boots about 400 times each. So you didn't find the unique boots that you needed in the end? Or you got them but not with enough legendary potential or something, or good stats? Not even once. Okay. Okay. I mean, I do want to say that, like, again, they have really good, like, character system and, like, build system. But I think they just don't have the end game still. It's like, in a funny way, I kind of think that maybe even grinding Paragon to get your Paragon boards in Diablo 4 is more interesting. As an end game, like as a goal in the end, because I don't have any goal here. Except the timeline and harbingers and whatnot, but... I don't know. Again, I don't have anything to put in the egg, so let's empower, see what will be in the space of the egg. But mind me, like, I haven't played Diablo 4, so I don't know how good it is to grind Paragon. Should be character progression. Yes, it is present here. There is a very good character progression. But it has to be delivered in a fun, interesting way. Like, I haven't tried any dungeons, but honestly I don't even want to. Like, I played it once and I didn't like it from the very first try, so maybe I just need to remove that mental block and then I should be fine. But because I didn't like it in the first place, because there was mechanic on the boss that one-shotted me and I had no idea what I need to do, and then I had to start all over. Because of that I was like, okay, I don't want to play it anymore. One of the bits that they did right. Where do you feel like your character is improving as you complete it? Right.
I cannot do that. Stand down.
So
I cannot do that.
because okay, maybe one thing that they added, and maybe there are more things in the Woven Echoes that make sense and are fun, like something, for example, when they added, you know, this Nemesis Tower. But to me the Nemesis Tower was honestly not fun. Like, gotta do dishes, make dinner? Sure. So like the Nemesis system wasn't the Nemesis Tower. So maybe there are more things in the Woven Echoes that you can put that are completely different. Maybe. But then I kind of have a question, okay. How much, like, I interacted with it like 6 times. How much do I need to play a game to interact with some new interesting content? 6 times out of 25 hours. 30 hours of end game gameplay. So it is a bit of a... It's really difficult for me to figure out why this is not really compelling experience. The end game specifically, because again, like, I think items and crafting, even though like crafting could be sometimes tedious and making your own loot filter sometimes is a bit tedious, but overall, like, crafting, making your character and seeing it progress is fun. But it kind of gets stale at like hour 30 when you get majority of levels in your skills and majority of required, let's say, items and uniques and stuff like that. So then it gets really stale, because now you are chasing that min-maxing stuff, which is the same stale experience in Diablo 3, where then you're looking, okay, now I need 4 perfect stats on my gloves, the crit chance, the crit damage, the main stat, and whatever is usually the cooldown reduction, for example, or not even the main stat, maybe like attack speed. Like, that's usually the obnoxious things that you never see in Diablo 3, but they are really desired ones. This is also gets super stale and super annoying. Like, yeah, it gives you dopamine when you find it, but it's like grind of the same Nephilim Rift for like 100 hours probably. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. And then also for an like, it is fun if you have something to put for an egg, right? Like, I don't have any more stuff to put in the egg, so I'm just cycling it again. So that loses the point. Kinda, I do feel that, unironically, one of the best parts in this game so far is actually probably a campaign, even though they trivialized it a lot this season. But like campaign, because how you actually feel progression and how things are going. And then after the progression until like you hit level, I don't know, 80 or something. This is at least like I'm level like 86. And probably by level 80, 75, 80, I was like, okay, now I do have majority of things I want for my build. I don't want to experiment anymore, and I don't want to grind anymore, basically, because I don't see the point. Now, like, I still have all those swords in the Woven Echo, and they don't drop. And then I put them in Nemesis. They either don't get anything good, or they get like one legendary potential, and then I cannot put them. So like I still don't understand like what's the point. Is it like a chance that it gets legendary potential on Empower or what? Probably. And the funny thing that, probably the most funny thing, that all the streamers were like, last epoch is fun, yada yada, finally, blah blah blah, and then nobody plays it anymore. Everybody either back to PvE or playing some other game. It's like, what? Huh? Why? Level 86. Whoop whoop. So what do I get? I think in the Paladin I wanted to do this one. Yeah, the throwing attack. Armor shred. Yeah. Alright. Does he have any? No, doesn't have anything additional. Alright.
I cannot do that.
So I think ultimately they do need to think of maybe like more systems. In the end game.
I cannot do that. I cannot do that.
I'm just trying now to figure out why, let's say, again, I guess PvE, for example, paid actors, who? No, the streamers? Nah. But again, I really hope that like GG doesn't listen too much to those streamers, because like this is exactly what's going to happen. They always push for, and in a lot of cases, for trivializing Path of Exile, especially PvE2, trivializing it to the way that they gonna play it for a week and they're gonna drop it. And ultimately, I don't think that's good for the game. Like, and you should play it longer, not because everything is tedious and annoying, but you also shouldn't be getting like Giga Power at level 70 and basically nothing after changes. But anyways, banish.
I cannot do that.
Oh no, I need to kill more exile mages. They're so annoying on this build. Every game got its problems, even D2. Yeah, for sure. I mean, D2 also has a bunch of problems. Like, especially if we are not talking PG2. That's for sure.
Cannot do that.
Just then again, like, I'm trying to figure out what's the difference for me between this and, I don't know. I mean, obviously in PG2, at least, like, I know the builds, or like whatever. Like, I have, again, like, I have an idea of a goal that I want to make, and there are some aspirational goals. Even though, like, I haven't done a single boss in PG2, right? Not even Uber Tristram, so... But again, there is a lot of this nostalgia flavor, whatever, in PG2 because it's Diablo 2. But also not only that, obviously, there are also really good things about it as well. PvE just has a lot of things to do, a lot of things to explore, understand. Maybe that's the problem, that there are not so many things that you really need to understand in this game. Like the exploration part of like learning beyond like min-maxing ends super quickly and you feel like you've seen it all. Maybe that's the problem? But then again, take PG2 and you literally have nothing like this there. In PG2 it's purely based on like character progression and getting faster at maps until you get bored to death doing this, or like if you are a crazy trader, whatever, bro, then this is your jam. You just try to accumulate as much wealth as possible and, you know, get some crazy goals, like, I don't know, Spanksy, who is trying to get third eye with, like, whatever, the best slam amulet that drops from, like, the hardest boss, 1 in 150 chance or whatever. I mean, but that exists, like, that exists here as well with
Too heavy.
oh no, inventory is full.
Too heavy. I cannot do that.
I also feel like this game has the loot filter is great early on, but then it kind of becomes a problem that you either have to get it somewhere, so you don't have to even think about it, because it is annoying, honestly. Since some point it became annoying because I was always paranoid that I'm actually filtering out something good that I shouldn't. But otherwise, like, I'm in a situation where I played 1 hour and I have like too much shit and I'm already bored. Like, don't wanna do anything about it. I don't wanna disassemble anything. Like, and you cannot just go and not look at all those purple things because maybe it's something good, you know. So I wish there was like. Maybe next time I should just use a pre-made loot filter by somebody. But again, this kind of agency comes with a problem of you actually solving some kind of thing like this. Have to solve it, otherwise the gameplay is not pleasant. So I don't know, what do I do with all this shit now? Have I found a mirror in PT2? No, actually, I haven't found anything except the Haradric navigator, so the TP thing. Haven't found anything else. I do, like, this season I do want to find something. I do want to find two things, let's put it this way. That would be my goal. I'm actually thinking about like a few things that I want to achieve or do in PT2 this season. I kind of thinking about level 99, but I don't have really good idea how long does it take or could take. Oh, we got the Dream Torn. Okay, one with one legit potential, the other one is empty. I'm not sure how long could it take. It seems like, or like, I feel like it's a lot. I think it's like at least 200 hours if you grind. I don't think I will do it solo. Maybe but I'm also not gonna sweat like group mapping, public maps and things like that, you know. So let's see. I know that usually, sorry, a bit haven't spoken so much lately, so the voice cracking up. So I'm kind of thinking that usually the problem with PT2 for me in like later on is that usually by level 96, maybe 97 latest, my chase fuck. Like my chase items and my upgrades start to cost like 10 high runes or more. So it really, and I'm usually at this point, like I'm getting my final, like the most important upgrade, let's say. And then the next one is like 10 high runes or more, and I'm sitting at like 0 high runes. So this is obviously something that makes me very like, okay, I just need to grind another 40 hours to get next upgrade, which is not fun. I found another one, and again 16, right? Yeah, 16. This one at least has shred armor. So, and then also it comes to the point that I have to click so much now that I kind of, like, my hands are getting tired overall, like, from clicking. That's why I'm thinking that maybe going summon druid, even if it's like B tier or maybe like the best A tier this season, but since it doesn't require so much clicking and it's way more laid back, maybe I will feel good about it and I will be able to grind a bit more and like not worry about stuff. Plus, it could also do bosses pretty well. Like Diablo clone, Uber Tristram obviously, but like Diablo clone possible for sure. I'm not really, like, again, I don't really want to do Ratma and shit because it's like too much sweating in my opinion, but D-clone I think is manageable. So maybe if I will kind of do that stuff, can get some currency from it at some point. And again, I think Summon Druid has pretty decent chase items, but also pretty long kind of gearing process, which will keep me engaged and entertained. So that's why I might stick around longer and like try 99. Otherwise, yeah, finding like 2 special items would be also really nice. Haven't done bosses yet. It's super fun goal to get prepared for. You know what's the problem? That I generally don't like doing bosses, like in any RPG. I think the only RPG that made me like doing bosses was PvE1. Because the fights were genuinely fun. There wasn't any other RPG where I felt that bosses are fun. I don't know how PD2 boss fights are good. From what I've seen, I didn't find it that fun, especially knowing how kind of clunky D2 is overall. And again, like maybe I'm not giving it justice, but you know what I mean. So I'm not sure if I'm really gonna like stuff like that. And especially that, yeah, like going blind, maybe you could do blind Diablo clone, but I don't think you can do Ratma blind. And like getting a second set of gear, like this just, I don't know, this is just not fun to me. You know? That's like the main thing. I do like, you know, chill grind item upgrades because, you know, I find items in PD2 really fun and very interesting. So, but a lot of other things in D2 are not very fun to me. So maybe, yeah, so that might be an idea. I did try like couple of, the thing what I don't know is what's the good the interesting thing is that with a new with the druid changes and how it was nerfed, because like the Den Mother build with 4 bears was dominating last season. Like you do that with a Green Goblin setup of a Merc, and it was really GG. Now basically multi-shot was nerfed because penetrate is stronger, and crossbows have been nerfed, and bears have been nerfed. So basically the Den Mother Green Goblin style, I don't think it's worth it anymore. Although I don't know yet. I'll see how Dark Humility is gonna test it just to have a sense check and compare. I'm not sure which other build then would be good. Is it like max like Faith or Wrath and max plus skills build? Or something else, and how strong it's gonna be. If it's gonna be strong with all the slams plus skills and shit, that's probably gonna be really good. Throne Barber bust anyway, dude. That's the season for you, eh? Getting the best ethereal weapons with the best jewels in it, tasty. But yeah, like, seriously, why didn't I play like the completely reverse order? Why did I not play Druid with Den Mother when everything was good and strong last season, and Troll Barb this season? That would have been like logical and perfect. Why? Might be a long season for you depending on your drop lag, right? I mean, you're gonna have like 10 times more in 1 week than I, given you have time to play. Like I remember last time you really struggled in the beginning of the season to play. But then anyways, like you were 50 high runes ahead of me in a few weeks. So
I cannot do that.
oh yeah, and a second factor that might actually make me push for 99 is that I can play on with a controller. So that's actually could be really nice, because then again, like changing. When I played Chrono Trigger, I really enjoyed playing with a controller. It was like I had no pain, no wrist pain, no shoulder pain, like no pains, whatever, like the old man pain. So it could be a salvation or a solution for grinding higher levels and playing a bit longer. Given I will have genuinely time to play as well, and nothing extraordinary will happen in life. It's happened to you in PoE 2, you played most of the shit build in Season 1 and now it's Giga Juiced? Right. Right. So funny, because right up until the day before you were saying you might do Summon Druid, and last moment you went Troll Barb. Right, that's also true. That's also true. Looking forward to a vast movement. Has anybody tested it? How good it is? Like on a demonstration on streams, it looked pretty decent. But then again, PD2 or like Diablo 2, depending of course on the build you play, requires you like so many skills usually. Like imagine on a summon you need like 8 summons, and then you need like actively battle command, battle order, teleport or gust, sometimes maybe battle cry, sometimes resummon things, summon ravens all the time. Like it's just too much. Like I don't think the Vast is gonna be good for this. Like it's probably good for builds that don't require a lot of skills. Let's say like Lightning Strike Amazon, whatever, Lightning Fury Amazon, things like that. That basically run and gun. It's probably good for Troll Barb actually. Probably good for Troll Barb.
I cannot do that. I cannot do that.
Now I also, the other thing, I heard that Summon Assassin is super strong, like super S tier. But I don't know. I'm not sure how it plays. That's a problem. Like there are a lot of strong builds, but many of them require very active gameplay. And I did give myself a promise that this season I don't want to have any active gameplay. Like it sounds funny or, you know, stupid rather. But I don't want to have like very overgrown graveyard. Okay, could try this. But like it may sound stupid, but I don't want to have like a super sweaty build. I want something more laid back, really. Oh man, again. Only 4 Weaver's Wheel? Okay. Throwing damage, I guess. That's decent. Lazy farming is the best farming. Yeah, that's exactly what I feel like. All the time I played more like sweaty builds. The thing is that I'm just getting tired of clicking in the end. Even like the Sacrifice Paladin was really amazing, but I just got tired of constant pressing of all the buttons and like being super attentive. I think the amount of attention you have to pay to be fast, let's put it this way, to actually you need to look at the screen where you are like jousting or teleporting, how you how you approach stuff, where do you heat, and things like that. Like that takes a lot of attention, a lot of energy, and like after, I don't know, 150 hours is just like, okay, that's too much. Okay, I know what I need to change. My loot filter here shows too many stuff. I need to really change it, but I'm gonna do it next time, maybe. Before I lose my voice completely, I will switch off 10 p.m. So thanks everybody. Also, today was really good to see you. Hope you're doing good and ready for the next season. So thanks a lot everybody. I might stream on Friday and one of the weekend days. So come by, take it easy, and yeah, enjoy the rest of your day or the week. Follow, subscribe on YouTube, follow on Twitch, you know the drill. Thanks a lot guys. Bye.